Yo, what's up, guys? So, I went to Collecticon last weekend. I'm gonna go through some stuff that I picked up. I got a lot of cool stuff here, a lot of cool cards, some graded cards as well. But yeah, I picked up a lot of cool stuff and had a good time, enjoyed it. Chicago Collecticon. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. First card I picked up, well, it wasn't the first one I picked up over the weekend, but the first one I'm showing is this Venusaur Topps. It is, I think, Series 3. I could be wrong. I'm likely wrong. I think it's just number 3. But it's this sweet texture on it throughout like the whole background of the card, and then it's hollow on top of that. So I picked up that, and I picked up this Lapras, this Lapras 7-Eleven promo. I'm not sure what the original artwork is from, but you could only get these in 7-Eleven. I picked up both of those cards from my buddy Colby. He donates to the channel a lot and has me open a lot of packs for him on the channel because he enjoys it. So, and today's actually his birthday, the day that I'm recording this. Would be yesterday, if I put this out on Friday. But I got those for him for his birthday. And then my buddy Austin, his birthday was like last week sometime. I'm trying not to give any specific dates, but I picked him up a Koga's Arbok first edition. He's a big Arbok fan, and I don't think he has this card yet. It's actually in pretty solid condition. Not really any whitening on the corners, maybe a little down here. There is this little guy right here though, that is not great in terms of edges if you're getting it graded, but it's a pretty cool card. I'm pretty stoked that I got a first edition for him. Pretty excited. Can't wait till they see these cards. Alright, so this is the I think it's pronounced Cardaz. They're like Bandai cards, but this is the Vileplume. I saw it, had to get it. In really good shape as well. Has a little bit of whitening on the corners and edges. And then the next few cards that I'm going to show are for my Team Rocket collection. I'm trying to complete the entire set, so I picked up a bunch of non-hollows. Typical whitening on a vintage card, a little bit right there on the edge, some around the corner, some around the bottom. But got the Dark Gyarados, picked up the Dark Slowbro, Dark Arbok, and the Dark Golbat. All non-hollows for my Team Rocket set. I'm trying to complete the set. And then, as you guys know, I am a big Gyarados fan, and a buddy of mine had these for sale at the show. They are some Evolving Skies Gyarados cards. Definitely not the coolest cards you can get from Evolving Skies, but I'm pretty stoked that I got them. I'm just going to add them to my Gyarados pages in my binder. That card, and then I got the full art. The VMAX and then the V full art. Pretty solid condition. And then I picked up this guy as a joke, just because it's funny. Garbodor is literally a bag of garbage. Also another Evolving Skies full art. Solid condition. Centering's not great. Not terrible. Actually pretty decent. Not bad on camera, but in person it doesn't look great. More left to right. And then I picked up Erica's Bulbasaur in Japanese. Just thought it was a cool card. I really liked the artwork. And I needed it to kind of make a deal even that I was doing. So the next handful of cards that I got are some more modern stuff. I got several Crown Zenith and a couple 151 cards. I picked up the Glaceon V-Star, great condition, very solid. Centering's a little off, but I think it could still probably 10. I got the Hisuian Zoroark. Pretty solid artwork. Definitely off center, don't think it could 10. And then I have a Suicune V, also off center. Don't think it could get a 10. But all pretty cool cards, definitely binder worthy. And then I picked up the Charmeleon. I got all 5 of these cards on a deal, which is why I picked them up. I'm probably gonna resell some of them. I think the Glaceon I might get graded, but the Erica's Invitation is pretty sick as well. Good card, definitely good trade value. And then the next card that I picked up is this Aerodactyl from Fossil. It's in pretty rough shape. It's kind of bent. If you look at the actual card itself, like scooped almost. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's probably the best angle. It's like scooped. It can probably be pressed out, but I picked it up for like $1 or $2 or something like that, so I thought it was cool. Just flatten it out in a binder and it'll be fine. And then the next one is Articuno from Fossil. I actually really like this artwork. I actually picked up a graded version of this from the Classic Collection decks, I think. I'll show that later in the video. I picked it up fairly cheap, but I had to get the original artwork to go with it. Pretty solid holo. Print line right here, unfortunately. Definitely not in 10 shape. Got some whitening along the top. So I have about 4 more raw cards and then a handful of graded cards in a couple packs. But we're just gonna go into the next one, and it's Monkey. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards from recent sets. It's off center, but other than that, it is in very solid condition. Back's centered, but the front's not. Off center right to left. But I love this card. I've been wanting to get this card. Been wanting to pull this card. I like the moves are Dirty Headbutt and Oh No You Don't. Amazing. Amazing card. Then I picked up this Leafeon from Crown Zenith. This is one that I had at one point, ended up trading, and I decided to pick up another copy of it to finish my binder set of the Galarian Gallery. So that's gonna go in there. The other Galarian Gallery cards that I picked up and showed earlier, I already have, so they're just duplicates. I might get a couple graded. But up next, we have this Venusaur. It's a dark Venusaur from the web series. Has the E-Series border on it. Easily one of the coolest cards that I've ever seen or picked up at a show. The holo on it absolutely goes crazy. The artwork itself goes crazy. You can see the holo back here in the night sky behind the mountains. But this card is actually in really, really good condition for what it is, and for how old it is. So I might end up getting this graded. It'll probably get a 9, but honestly, I would take a 9. It's so sweet. Such a good card. There's a big hollow bubble right here. Such a good card. And then the last raw card that I'm going to show is this Dark Charizard. Like I said, I'm trying to complete the Rocket collection, the entire Rocket set, Team Rocket set. And I needed a Dark Charizard still. I still need the non-hollow, but I'm trying to find one that, like, for a good price. I got this one at a pretty good price trade-wise. It's in moderate play condition, heavily played condition. But I got it pretty cheap. The hollow on it goes crazy. Such a iconic artwork. I'm not the biggest Charizard fan, but this is definitely one of the ones that I wanted when I was a kid, looking back. So up next, I have a handful of graded cards. So this I picked up from my buddy Austin. It's a PSA 9 Reverse Hollow Expedition Arbok. It's already a rare, so like the E symbol is gold reverse or gold hollow, I guess, as opposed to the other ones that are like that are not. But solid card, solid condition. It's got some whitening on the corners, I think is why it probably 9'd. Very good centering on it. But other than that, I have the PSA 10 Articuno from the Classic Collection. I love the foil on this. Absolutely goes crazy. Like, the original one's sweet, but this just goes wild. And I saw it, and I knew I had to get it. Loved this artwork when I was a kid. PSA 10, you know, can't pass it up. After that, we have another Dark Gyarados and a PSA 9. This is the pre-release Dark Gyarados Hollow. Pretty solid card. I love Gyarados, so probably keeping this one in the personal collection. Yeah, that hollow goes crazy. Up next is a PSA 6 first edition Aerodactyl pre-release from Fossil. Another card where the hollow just absolutely beautiful. It was insane. And I only picked this one up because it was the first edition and the pre-release. I know that's kind of common. The centering's pretty bad on the back. Actually, it's really bad on the back. Now I'm noticing that. But it's a great artwork. Pre-release, first edition, can't pass it up. Up next is a 2003 Aquapolis Suicune Reverse Foil. PSA 7. This is another one where I have this in a box topper form, so it's like pretty much the size of the slab itself. But I love the artwork, and I needed to pick up the 7 just because it was readily available, and I don't know. I just kind of like the card. Felt like I needed to pick it up. But the reverse hollow is sweet on it. It's definitely got some flaws on the actual card itself. I think that's got something. That's a graded guard. I put it in the graded guard because I think I'm gonna keep it personal collection for a while. Up next is the Game Boy promo for Dragonite. It's a hollow from '98. PSA 8, likely because of the centering. I don't see any print lines on it, but this is an incredible card. It's going with my PSA 7 Dragonite from Fossil. go right next to it on the shelf. But just absolutely love this artwork. Love that it's a Game Boy promo. Pretty sweet. Pretty cool card. So the next two things that I picked up are packs. They're both vintage, and I don't normally collect vintage packs because what's the point of getting a pack if you don't ever plan on opening it? Well, these I don't ever plan on opening. But the reason I picked them up is because of the Pokemon that's on the front of them. Like I said earlier, huge Gyarados fan. So I picked up a long stem Team Rocket Gyarados pack. Very solid condition. It's a little folded over up at the top. Nothing a couple books couldn't fix. Other than that, very solid condition. It has a marking on the front here where I assume the seal from a different pack was pressing down on, at least when they were stacked in like the boxes back in the day before they got hung on the shelf. But it still even has this like little punch out piece. And the last piece I'm going to show you is a black and white Dragons Exalted blister pack. The blister itself is in kind of rough shape. It's kind of concaved in the middle. It's got some whitening around the edges. Definitely not in the best shape, but the pack itself is in great shape, and it too is the Gyarados artwork. So I had to pick it up. I'm trying to collect all the Gyarados artworks. I have to get a Scarlet Violet, a Team Rocket Returns, base set 2, and I think that's it. There might be one other one. Those 3. I think there's one more. Oh, Holon Phantoms. Yeah, so Holon Phantoms and the Team Rocket Returns are going to be the most expensive packs from that I need. Scarlet Violet I'll probably buy like a graded one because they're so cheap. At least the packs are cheap. Might just send a pack in to get graded. But yeah. Let me know if you went to Collecticon or have been to a Collecticon in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed and you like the video. It helps out a ton. I tried to make this one short, but it ended up being a little bit longer. And yeah, I had a great time. Go ahead and click on one of the videos up here, up in this little area right here, maybe over there.